What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for more of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Let's take a quick look at our map. So we definitely should cross the river, head up to New Mexico. Let's find a new friend to talk to, more stories to tell.
You fear your feet will sink into the dry emptiness of the Great Basin. Every step is a syncopated crack of dried ground and salt underfoot. Even the vultures avoid this wasteland.
Keep walking.
Was there a road you were supposed to be following? Your throat has gone numb. You're not sure you ever had a tongue. The lonely iron-colored rock rising from the ground is the first thing you've seen in days.
Uh-oh. Look through the haze.
The air around the stone shimmers drunkenly in the roasting heat, distorting a figure standing before it. A rider, white from the tip of his hat to the slender legs of his horse.
Look up at him?
The buttons on his coat glint silver in the sun. Dust doesn't cling to his pressed white trousers. You're tired of ghouls and very near done with psychopomps. Time contracts in the heat. Suddenly, he stands all too close.
So we can either move away from the rider, I don't like that logo, or move towards him. I'm all about taking risks and chances and adventures in this game right now, so I'm going to move towards him. And this is against my better judgment as a player.
Some croaking noises clatter out of your mouth as you beg for water, but he doesn't hear you. He's not here for you. You slide down to your knees as he rides on towards someone else.
Death riding on a pale horse. Are you the same Death that was watching the sheep? I guess we'll watch.
Ahead, on what passes for a trail, another horseman, face down on the ground, ragged and empty. His horse dead a few steps before the spot where he was pitched into the sand. The white rider canters toward him, slow but unerring.
This is definitely the second time we've met Death. I have to think back to see if we had met him previously, but again, this game is dealing with a lot of supernatural and spiritual entities, and I am both excited and terrified for what that means for our character toward the end of this game. Oh, White Rider, and then it plays the song. Oh, that's perfect. By the way, this soundtrack is boppin'.
Motor's running, but nobody's driving. Flies buzz the windshield. Beyond the van is a driveway, paved through cut green grass to the top of the hill. There you see a squat, rustic mansion. The sun turns your back damp.
Go to the house or look at the car. I hate that logo. Ugh. Well, in reality, my first inclination would be to look at the car because it is running.
It's a newer model. You don't recognize it. Inside, you see food wrappers, bottles of beer, and half a discarded cheeseburger. You come around to the windshield, where something incomprehensible is written in big, sloppy letters, backwards, as to appear correctly in a mirror.
I don't like that.
In lipstick, the word piggies. You glance back and forth between the message and your own reflection in the windshield, and on the latter glance, you see a large figure hovering behind you. Then you feel something hard. Then you see nothing.
Ouch!
You awake, face down in the crisp green grass. The back of your neck tender with sunburn. Your head still tender from the blow. The van is gone. Tracks carved in the dirt lead back toward the road. You check your skull. Still intact. Your wallet, however, is less so.
Should have known it was a trap. Well, let's go to Santa Fe first, and then we'll go meet our new campfire friend. They told you that Santa Fe was beautiful, and they were right. You wander among the adobe-walled buildings and look for a place to rest. Explore, earn money. I have no money, so let's do that first. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's try looking for work again. A tiny woman in a lush fur coat is standing outside a boutique lamp store with a package nearly as tall as she is. "You there," she calls. "Can you lift this?" It's huge and unwieldy, but light as anything. "Carry it down to my house. We'll work something out," the woman declares. You heft the package and follow her. She begins a rambling story about her living room, her interior decorating, her husband's taste in rugs. We've done this story before. Fascinating, ma'am. You follow the sound of her voice. The lamp box is so large you can't see a thing. Eventually she exclaims, "Here we are." Thank God. You lay the box down in her living room. It's nowhere near as luxurious as she made it sound. A card table, a ratty couch, and a wall tapestry done in a grotesque imitation of medieval style. "This will really tie the room together," she exclaims. At least she tips you. Move on. Okay, let's explore.
A handsome two-story adobe house sits at the corner of two main thoroughfares. A for sale sign tucked into one of its windows. An older man in a shabby suit rushes up to you. "Don't go in there," he shouts, waving his arms frantically. "That house is haunted!"
More ghost stories. Every new ghost story I see now, I'm getting a little bit more concerned about our presence in the in-game universe. It's hard to explain, and hopefully I'll be able to convey my words properly by the end of this game. But it just feels like there's a lot going on, and I don't know if I can handle it right now. Okay, haunted. It's haunted? A house is haunted.
The man droops. "Well, cursed. My former student built it. I taught him everything. About how Santa Fe has its own climate, its own culture. My architecture exists in harmony with nature. And then he started his own business and took all my best clients."
Okay, good. So it isn't haunted. Former student. So it isn't haunted.
"Haunted by the injury of a venerable architect, as all his houses will be." The man gestures across the way, where the half-finished shell of something craftsman hugs the earth. "Already the town prefers him to me. Soon Santa Fe will be transformed by his houses. I'll be just a memory."
Ooh, deep cut. Move on. Okay, I'm full up on my heart and my sleep, so I'm not gonna go to the store or train station. I'm gonna leave. We're gonna go talk to a new campfire friend. Fidelina.
Buen día le de Dios, stranger. Come, sit with me a little. To rest is a simple remedy, pero es importante. And the first step in la curación. Everyone needs healing. It has always been this way. Sometimes it's a toothache, and sometimes more. Resting the mind is difícil. Walking or sitting, running or sleeping. Always the mind is working, pensando. Oh, please, tell me a story sobre la esperanza and all the good in this world.
Okay. So all my years of high school Spanish are coming into play here because I've not used it since I graduated. But she wants something hopeful. And I think I just got rid of the lovers in Maine. But that's okay. And I got rid of the brothers too. Oh no, I didn't. Here they are.
Mi corazón. That was a good story.
Oh, my heart.
La familia is everything. But a family is big. All the children have all the children. The world is big too, and la familia, it spreads out. But now, do you have a story about hope? About happiness and the goodness in the world?
Oh, I hope I do. Oh, do I have the Thirsty Cotton Pickers story still? Yeah.
What a good story. Esperanza. It is the most important, I think. Wishes? Dios cannot grant all the wishes for el mundo. There is always more to hope for. Pero we must make do with what is given to us. But now, do you have a story about hope? About happiness and the goodness in the world?
This is such a drastic change from the East Coast. I'm down for it. Yeah, I would say this is like a hopeful story. He's an activist, he's fighting, for the rights of people. Yeah, let's go with him. I like him.
Mi
Yes.
corazón. That was a good story.
I agree. I really liked that one.
Faith? Yes. Everyone believes in something different, even un poco diferente than everyone else. It is the way of the mind. I must trust a person's faith leads them to be honorable. Until they prove me wrong.
I also want to take another quick second just to appreciate the shadow animation behind these characters and the fire and the light sources and the shading, and I love the art style so much.
But tell me, what is the most frightening thing you have seen on your travels?
Here we go. Boy, oh boy, do I have quite a selection.
Oh, wow. What a story. Mira mis manos. They are shaking. My place? Well, as a healer, I must be both like a farmer and a vaquero. The plants that make las curaciones are best when wild. So I must be wild and free like a vaquero, but attuned to the land también.
Yeah, more themes of freedom and traveling. I love this woman. Oh, this is such a good character.
Oh, please, tell me a story sobre la esperanza and all the good in this world.
I feel like she would appreciate Rocio's story, but I don't want to tell it too soon, I might need it later. And also, we've already got the full eye open up here. I don't know if the ducks or anything, but I'm going to tell that story anyway because I don't think I've told it before.
What a good story.
Oh, okay.
Esperanza. It is the most important, I think.
And if all of these stories are supposed to grow in telling, how are the Peabody ducks going to get twisted around? I don't know.
Joy, my favorite time of year is late summer. In August, that's the time to gather the plants for las curaciones. To be one with la tierra, to honor it. There is great joy in being alone on the llano, or when I go to the mountains. You're kind to listen to una vieja talk of nada. I have learned mucho en mi vida. Now, I wish to share more than ever. Perhaps you want to hear this old woman talk again? I hope so.
Heck yes.
The road takes me this way. If your journey takes you there, look for me.
Again, I keep wanting to click continue before close map. That's a problem for me. Oh, I liked Vidalina. Vidalina. Oh, where am I in the map? So she is in Arizona, and we've got new characters in Colorado and Utah. I wouldn't hate it if I traveled kind of back east a little bit, just to let you know, grab this area. I'm sure there's like more stories and things, maybe not necessarily characters, but more stories we can pick up. But now that I've said that, I'm wondering maybe I should just try to meet more of these characters and have them move around, you know? So I'll have a reason to go to these different places without just mindlessly or aimlessly wandering around just for stories. I need to talk to these characters and have them move around. You wait in the soup line for over an hour. It's barely crawling along. You round the corner of the building and see far away a lone pair of nurses struggling to ladle out soup to hundreds. Gonna be waiting here a while longer, sighs the mother in line beside you. Seems like it. You and her get talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place, and she starts telling you about the street in Washington, D.C. lost for 100 years. You recognize it as the story about the strange street lost in time in Washington, D.C., but way more outrageous than your version. I know that story. You tell her your version. That's not as exciting, she says diplomatically. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. She bounces her child encouragingly on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile. Move on.
They've taken over a booth at the roadside diner, tables strewn with papers and forms. He's in shirt sleeves, revolver hanging loosely off his chest. She's in a moss green dress from 2 seasons ago and a felt hat that's begun to warp.
Listen in.
You slip into the booth next to him. Tell me again where you saw him last? He asks. He was in the car with me. We were just driving down the road.
Keep listening.
So where did you stop the car? He asks. She sounds exasperated. I told you, I never did. They have the same accent, same drawl from somewhere in North Texas or Oklahoma. But his is subtler, although he's been trying to shake it for a few years.
Keep your eyes to yourself or turn to look at them. I'm going to keep my eyes to myself just because that's none of my business.
You try not to disturb them, but in truth, they barely know you're there. We were going 40 miles an hour when he vanished.
All I saw were those damned lights.
In the lingering, baffled silence that follows, you find your cue to leave.
Oh boy, I wish you all could just see my eyes roll just then. They're talking about UFOs. Strange lights in the desert, missing people, yeah. That's cool though. It's a little different than Scary Ghost Story. Say hi,
Ya hatanin halani. Good evening, Shikis, my friend. Come, let me show you how to sprinkle corn pollen. First, reach into the medicine pouch and pinch the tahadinhi. Then sprinkle it on top of your forehead to ask for wisdom. Touch the tahadinhi to your tongue to bless your voice, and sprinkle the remainder to bless and guide the path before you. With beauty may I walk. With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk. With beauty all around me may I walk. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
Good strong story. My man, the metal worker in the company house near Savannah.
That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves. One must not lose faith, Chickies.
This is another great character.
Whenever you are within the circumference of the 4 sacred mountains, oh, you are protected and blessed. Chickies, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
Am I able to maybe use the boy who ran away with his father in Maine? Maybe? Nah.
Some kinds of sadness must be resisted, or it will feed on you and become a tool against you.
Real talk, I really needed to hear that right now. Thank you.
I didn't know what true freedom was until our people gradually returned to our ancestral lands. To be grateful for such a thing is something no person should ever have to conceptualize in this life. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
I sure hope I can. I've told this one quite a few times, but I don't know if I've ever told anyone this story where she had the baby in the field.
The Dine are like that too, strong in the face of adversity. That story brings me hope. Wishes come true. Well, before I was born, and before their marriage, my mother and father each dreamed of a little small child running around what would later become their Hage. There is a powerful strength to the world that comes in our sleep. Listen closely and it will guide you.
I love this.
Shikas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
I think I can, but I don't think we're gonna be able to unlock your chapter 2 this time. It's okay. It's okay, we got this. That might be perceived as a funny story, because I got duped. Sure, I'll go for it.
That one made me smile. You told it well.
Nice.
What brings joy? There's no greater form of generosity than that provided by the mother and father. The mother who nurtures corn and fertility in her soil, and the father who supplies the rain and sunshine in the sky. Chickis, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope? That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves. The future. We plant seeds in the soil after the last frost in the spring to prepare for the year ahead. In this way, we are continually nurturing in order to create harmony for the uncertain days ahead. The sun is rising. I must leave soon. Tomorrow's journey is this way. Another night done. But think, what does one take with them after a day in this world? Some nights I lay staring at the hole atop the hookah, where the chimney peers out into the night sky. I watch the stars slowly move. Sometimes a streak of light and whispers from ancestors. Always a feeling of gratitude for what surrounds me in this world. What are you thankful for? Where do you come from? Where are you going?
Oh, I can't wait to talk to her again. The Haya. I'm just going to wander around and see where I end up. And if I can hop a train car, that's what I'm going to do.
There's a rustling in this cactus patch. Down where the spiny paddles disappear into the sand, something is writhing around. At first, you think it's an antelope, perhaps, fallen among the thorns.
Just looking at that picture, I don't think that's what it is, so look closer.
Oh, fuck. That shrunken human skull whips around to stare at you. And those hands, God, like talons. They scrabble in the dirt.
Ah!
Before you know it, you're flat on your ass 20 feet away. The nude, withered corpse continues peeling himself out of his shallow grave.
Help me,
He shouts.
damn cactus grew on my coffin.
No, or okay. I'm going to help him because we helped that wounded soldier before we found out he was a ghost. Both of them. So why stop there?
His fingers are so slight and delicate that you can scarcely believe your tugging doesn't rip him clear off. Soon he's free, but too fragile to stand.
Fuck this.
He rasps. He buries his head in his hands, his skull hitting his palms with a papery slap.
What happened to you?
I've been cursed 2 times. Once to live forever, but the second time to die. How'd you think the 2 magics fought it out, huh? I'm dead for sure, and certainly alive.
His tongue scrapes along his teeth like a dried thorn.
What will you do?
Keep trying to kill myself? Tried getting shot.
He points to the ragged constellation of holes in the side of his head.
Paid someone to chop my head off, but he chickened out. Maybe I can grind myself up and I'll just be some kind of thinking dust? Yeah, wouldn't mind that.
Good luck Or I can try... Ooh. I'm inclined to be like, good luck with that, because this is not my decision to make. Oh, I don't know. I kind of want to know what led to him getting cursed twice, and by who. And if I tried to assist them, is that going to be like slapping those curses in the face? I don't know. Okay, I'll try.
He's clearly delighted. He extends one leg like a dry stick of wood.
Got a knife? No? Rub a stone on it or something.
You oblige, gripping his ankle in one hand and going to town on his toe tips with a sharp rock in the other.
This is not working.
You continue for a few minutes in complete silence.
Please stop.
He finally blurts.
God, this isn't gonna work. Forget it. I'll just figure it out myself.
Good luck.
Thanks.
He shrugs, an uneven jerk, ending with a crack as the tight skin along his shoulder splits.
Say, how far to the nearest combine harvester? Think I can get there if I roll up like a hoop snake and let the wind push me?
I'm so confused. No clue, man.
Damn. Well, take a hint from me, which is, don't fuck with a witch or any kind of anybody who does witch stuff.
You beat it toward the horizon, glad that you didn't have to compare curses with him.
I don't know, dude. We unintentionally gave our blood to the woman in New Orleans. Which may or may not have any ramifications down the line. I don't know. This man can barely wait to get through the pleasantries before asking if you've heard this story. 110% true, he says. I heard it from my nephew and it happened to someone he knows well. Well, sure. I mean, it's going to be hard to top the story that I just went through, but okay. The man launches into his telling. As polished, he's obviously done this many times before. He tells you the story of the water that turned into wine for the thirsty pickers. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the thirsty cotton pickers. It's embellished in the interim, though. Hey, we got the title of the game in there. Listen to the tale. Afterwards, you thank the man and move onwards. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Shall we sit with one more friend? Oh, we just came straight back. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It started around the time we would harvest corn. During this season, the Army of the United States of America raided our lands, burned our homes and crops, and killed off our livestock. The Army told my parents that those who did not surrender would be killed or face death in the harsh winter weather. And so my parents surrendered. Thankfully, I was a strong young girl when we were forced to walk over 300 miles to Huildi, or Bosque Redondo, New Mexico territory. I witnessed the death of many of our people, from the wise and caring elderly to the beautiful pregnant women to young babes who were shown no mercy by the U.S. Army. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
I don't know because I literally just spoke with you, but that is okay. Because I'm really loving this character. I think she might like Shaw's story.
That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves.
Oh, no voice acting for this one, so it's up to me. In their law, their authority, They trampled over the land on horseback, stared down at us and spoke ill of our condition, and they manipulated our sisters into submission. They called it bravery and patriotism. We called it cowardice.
Chicas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
Yes, ma'am, I hope I do. You might like the duckies. I mean, we just got through with a heavy, heavy topic.
I did not take much from this story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Perhaps different things bring each of us hope.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I want to do everything right by you because you're amazing.
Joy, it was hard to find any harmony or peace of mind in those days. The morning sun was often the only sign of warmth or hope left in the world. Chicas, my friend, tell me a funny story. I am sure you hear many on the road.
I need to find some funny stories before I talk to you again.
That one made me smile. You told it well. Luck? Sometimes I would look into the soul of some of those ill-fated people, and I would still see a breath of kindness and goodwill. Surely they aren't all doomed, or else there's no hope for the days ahead. Chicas, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope? I do not think I enjoyed this joke.
I'm sorry.
Our home. We were so far displaced from the four sacred mountains. The landscape changed. There was no canyon. The crops did not grow in abundance. And the ancestors became a whisper that rode on the breeze when the wind came in from the west. Since that day we stepped foot on Hawildi, we were being beckoned home. Chicas, tell me something scary, like my older cousins would tell me as a child.
Okay, I got you, girl. I got you in this category.
What a good tale. For a while I was scared, just a little. You are skilled at telling these.
Yeah, we're not going to unlock her next chapter, which is fine because I totally did not intend to talk to her back to back. That is my bad. I was not looking at my map.
The past? Ha! They say time heals all wounds. But what about the trauma and harrowing memories from the long walk to Hawildi that will be passed on to our future generations? Look, the sun is rising. My time here is over. I must travel onward this way. Will you travel there too? If you do, please look for me. I would like to tell you more about the long walk to Hawildi and about what happened to my sister on the way.
Ooh, that got into some deep, heavy, important topics. I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I've recorded this and the previous episode back to back, and I just feel like I'm all over the place. My room is a mess. I have a new desk that I have not set up yet because my room is a mess. And I think I'm losing my mind, so I'm going to call it quits for a couple of days here. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!